This is a special edition of WeatherScope, live coverage of Winter Storm 96.
And good morning. It's a Friday. The wild winter of 1996 continues as we watch another storm race up the East Coast. We'll show you where it is and who it's going to affect here in just a moment. For some folks, they're going to be happy that it's Friday. For others, it's going to be a rough one. Let's take a look at the radar this morning, and you can see where our precipitation is, and we do have a lot of it out there as we continue to see a band of very heavy snow work its way through Washington, D.C. and Baltimore and down toward Patuxent River. Other than that, you'll notice kind of a dry area in through here, which is working its way on north. And this is going to lead to some very, very heavy snow today, which will push up through Philadelphia, into New York City, and into Boston. And as far as where and when, we'll get into that in just a moment. Jill Brown is with us this morning. She is in New York City. She hasn't been able to leave yet. She's still been stuck in New York, compliments of what was occurring just a little while ago. And she's going to let us know what folks are feeling like and anticipating as they head on in toward the big city. And sure enough, Jill, how you doing this morning?
Well, Jim, it's yet another cold morning in Manhattan, but we've had some sunshine last couple of days, and you notice behind me that at least we're back to pavement now, and the traffic's been moving. A couple of days ago, this was only good for walkers and cross-country skiers. We saw a lot of those, but now traffic's moving again, pretty quiet at this hour, but we'll expect quite a bit very soon. I have to tell you, though, they are still very much feeling the effects here in Manhattan of the blizzard of '96. The sound of the city struggling to get back to normal. New Yorkers once again trudge through mountains of plowed snow. Many cars are still buried beneath the 20-inch deluge.
Well, look at that car there.
As road crews cleaned up, the sanitation department brought in extra help to handle the problem.
Well, things aren't back to normal yet. We haven't picked up garbage since Saturday, but all the trucks are ready to roll, and the men are tired, but they'll be there to do the job.
The excess snow is being hauled away and dumped in the Hudson River. While the cleanup efforts continue, residents turn their attention to the next storm.
Well, the employees are happy about it because they'll be able to stay here overnight again, and the hotel's been gracious enough to give us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. As the people who are leaving the hotel on Friday, that they're panicking a little because they're not thinking they'll be able to get out from the city.
As tourists try to leave, residents wait for more snow.
We're okay. We don't care. We live in New York. We don't have to drive anywhere.
What?
It's heaven.
Oh, I loved it. It was great for cross-country skiing, and just to think you can come to the whole park and it's all free, and I can just walk from my house and go back. I mean, it's wonderful. I just hope we get some more snow.
All right, Jill, thank you very much for that report. Tell the folks in New York City to anticipate a snowy lunch hour.
Yes, Jim, it looks like it's going to be really messy here this afternoon. That's some of the concern, is that we won't just get snow. I think they can handle that. But some sleet, some freezing rain will really slow things down once again, and things really aren't back to normal quite yet. And then that rain on top of snow, at the best would make it sloppy. At the worst could cause some flooding and even some problems on rooftops with heavy rain and snow combined.
Absolutely. We've heard some of that already. Thank you very much, Jill. Let's go ahead and show you what's happening so far with this winter storm, and then we'll tell you what we think is going to occur as far as precipitation totals. What's happened so far? We've seen a band of snow work its way from Chicago on southeastward, and sure enough, that snow has been locally heavy as it's moved its way toward the eastern seaboard. Let's go ahead to the snow history. That is the thing that I want to show you here. Not so much these frames, but what is on AWG. If we could just switch the sources here, I'll show you what I'm trying to actually talk about in through here. Well, anyway, you can see what's going on. This is another eastern storm, another eastern mess, but this one's different. The storm track will be a little bit further inland, and sure enough, that's going to lead to some pretty heavy snow. Here it is, storm history showing you the snow which has occurred so far. There's some very heavy snow right now occurring around Washington, D.C., and this band is working its way on northeast. So if you're in Philadelphia the next hour and a half or so, guess what you got coming your way. Here's the current analysis showing you the low pressure area, which is now starting to develop on the coastline here. And of course, this means warm, moist air is being shoved in on the northeast side of the storm. So it's being pulled back into the cold air. And what's interesting about this storm is it's going to be moving so quickly that, guess what? We may not see too much of a changeover in Washington and Philadelphia at all. As a matter of fact, we're probably not going to see one there. But if we can get a little more warm air into New York and also up into Boston, we may see a bit more of a change over there. But I think 4 to 8 inches of snow on tap, even for the big cities here, and just inland it'll be possibly possibly even a little bit more than that as we work our way through the morning. And then midday again, as we talked about with Jill, midday. And then towards your rush hour this evening, Boston, this will be working in through you. So Philly, another hour and a half. D.C., a rough morning for you this morning. What about the rest of the nation and the forecast? Well, let's go ahead and talk to Will Annan in the studio.
Okay, Jim, we'll check on the morning weather report. We'll talk about our big storm in the east like you just done. Also, we'll talk about some more dense fog over the western part of the nation. A big story 24 hours ago. It is still a big story along Interstate 5 from Portland down to Medford. Also, the Sacramento Valley of California. Fresno over towards Sacramento. Very, very dense fog this morning. And for the rest of the country, rather mild weather on tap for today. And once we get rid of this storm, it's going to be turning very mild for the entire country. A true January thaw for most of the nation within the next 2 or 3 days. It's going to be full force. It's going to be coming into much of the nation. So very, very good news there. Let's put your Weather Channel maps in motion. Here comes midday on this Friday. The big news again is going to be our developing storm system along the coast, moving on northward. Again, we could be looking at a burst of heavier snow from Washington to Philly, New York, and Boston. Some spots would change over to rain before it ends later on tonight. But it looks like the heavier snow for New York City later on today, and for Boston tonight and early morning tomorrow. And you can see for the rest of the country, basically dominated by high pressure. It's going to be a mild weekend coming up for most of the country. I'll show you what's going to be happening today as we look at the northeast. Here comes our storm right now. Heaviest snow right now is right around Washington and Baltimore. Also a burst of moderate snowfall as far west as around Pittsburgh and also back towards Columbus and also Reynoldsburg, Ohio. That is with the upper level storm, which is going to be moving on eastward as well, catching up to our surface storm, which will be moving on northward during the next 24 hours. How much snow is going to fall? Easily another 4, 5, or 6 inches. Some spots more than that. Along the coast, you get inland a little bit more into the mountains of Pennsylvania. And you're going to be looking at some snowfall totals maybe up to about a foot within the next 24 hours. How cold is it going to be today? Well, teens, 20s, and 30s. That has caused for a very bad ice storm overnight over the western Carolinas and into south central and southwestern Virginia, mixing with the snowfall. So use a lot of caution driving in Virginia.
Shores, because they will see milder temperatures. Mild obviously is a relative word here, but above freezing temperatures coming in off of the ocean, and that means they will see a changeover more quickly to freezing rain and rain. For some folks, it will be all snow in the northern and western extremes of the viewing area. In the middle, it's snow, and then a change over to ice, and then a change over to some rain. Action radar, well, there's the picture, and the system, as you can see, is on top of us now, but it's so high on top of us that much of it is not reaching the ground. But it sure is coming. Look at that cell down there in southern Delaware, just at the tip of Delaware and the Delmarva Peninsula there. There's the system lifting up from the south and west toward the north and the east. So it's headed in that direction as far as the precipitation coming in. The changeover will come from the other direction. That will come from the south and east and then head toward the north and west. So these two things will intersect at some point. We're just about on top of Philadelphia. A live picture to show you what's going on down at the airport. This is Sky 6, and these are the airport numbers right now, officially at the Weather Observation Center out there. Present temperature, 22 degrees. Relative humidity, 68%. The barometer at an even 30 inches now, and it is falling. Winds are northeast at 8, and the wind chill makes it feel like 10 degrees. The exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast starts to snow.
Morning, I'm Jennifer Townsend with the information you need at 6:30. Right now it's 19 degrees under cloudy, still dry skies here in Mercer County. Stormwatch 96 will continue in just a moment. Right now we're going to check in with John Valerio. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Jennifer. So far, so good out there on the roadways. As far as volume goes, it is fairly light. Route 1 to Carter, no delays. Trenton Marshall makes Calhoun in good shape as well. 95 northbound through Bucks County. no major problems. Actually, 95 southbound in Bucks.
Stormwatch 96 is being brought to you by the 6,700 members of the Mercer County Education Association, committed to a brighter future for our children with your help. Also, Patterson Chevrolet, Route 33 in Hamilton, just in time for winter. Patterson Chevrolet has tons of new front-wheel and four-wheel drive vehicles in stock. And Stormwatch 96 continues. The following is the latest closings and delays for you at this hour in terms of schools. The following are closed today. Abrams Hebrew Academy, Blessed Sacrament School in Trenton will reopen on Tuesday. Bordentown Regional Schools, Bristol Township Schools, Burlington City Public Schools, Chesterfield Township Elementary School, Council Rock School District, Delaware Valley High School and their sending elementary schools. Once again, these are all closed today. Delaware Township Schools, East Amwell Township Schools, Ewing Presbyterian Nursery School, Ewing Township Public Schools, Faith Christian School, also there next week, no hot lunches. Florence Township Public Schools, Frenchtown Elementary School, Hamilton Township Public Schools, Holy Cross Catholic School in Trenton, the Hun School of Princeton, Lambertville Public Schools, once again, all closed today. The Lewis School in Princeton, Mansfield Township Schools, Mercer County Head Start Program, Mercer County Special Services, the Midland School, Morrisville Public Schools, Neshaminy School District, New Hope Solberry School District, Newtown Friends School, North Brunswick Public Schools, North Hanover Township Schools, Northern Burlington Regional High School, Notre Dame High School, Our Lady of the Divine Shepherd School in Trenton will reopen on Monday. Pennington School, Princeton Friends School, Princeton Latin Academy, again, these are all closed today. Rutgers Prep School, Solberry School, South Hunterdon Regional High School in Lambertville. St. Hedrick's Elementary School, also tonight's and Sunday's afternoon church bingo has been canceled. School will reopen on Tuesday. St. Mary's Assumption School in Trenton, St. Mary's Elementary School will reopen on Tuesday. Stockton Borough Elementary School, Trenton Public and Parochial Schools, Code Blue, Special Services Building will be open. Valley Day School in Morrisville, Villa Victoria Academy in Trenton, and West Amwell Elementary Schools all closed today. The following are operating under an early dismissal. Jamesburg Public Schools will be dismissing students at 12:30. Rockbrook School is under an early dismissal, as well as Upper Freehold Schools in Allentown, early dismissal. And in terms of various other school delays and closings, the High Road School in East Brunswick will operate under a delay this morning. The Raritan Valley Community College has extended its in-person registration hours from 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then from 12 to 3 today. They will hold a special in-person registration tomorrow from 10 to 3. The Waldorf School of Princeton will be open as usual, including the kindergarten, but there will be an early dismissal at 12:30 for the grade school only. And in terms of community announcements, the all-day learning long shop in Montgomery Bellmead is open as usual, but will be closing at 4 p.m. today. Carolyn Stokes Day Nursery in Trenton, a delayed opening at 9 o'clock, but that could change to a closing, so keep listening to 1350. Children's Day School in Trenton closed. Covenant Nursery School in Trenton closed. Mercer County Hispanic Association, the kickoff celebration has been canceled for today. It has been rescheduled for January 26th. Mercer County Improvement Authority, no recycling in Trenton today. Montgomery Township Health Department, the rabies clinic for tomorrow has been canceled and rescheduled for January 27th. Parents for the Action Daycare in Trenton closed. Princeton Nursery School closed. Princeton Senior Citizens Club is closed today. Also, today's meeting has been canceled. South Brunswick AARP, today's meeting has been canceled, rescheduled for January 19th at 1 p.m. Top Spot Express in Trenton is closed, and the United States Field Hockey Association in Plainsboro Futures program at Rutgers University for Saturday and for Sunday has been canceled. That's the latest list. The phones are still ringing off the hook. We'll have an updated list for you at 7 o'clock. But right now...
Pick up pretty quickly, and we're starting to get moderate snow out here. We'll have moderate, occasionally heavy, and then back to light. It'll switch back and forth a little bit, but we're going to get lots of snowfall. Here's the crowd on On the Schuylkill Expressway, moving nicely now. This will change. Problems on I-95. We have a tractor trailer that slid into a snowdrift. This is on southbound 95 at Street Road, and crews are out there trying to clear this situation. Snow removal is still going to be a problem in terms of causing you delays this morning. A couple of spots. Roosevelt Boulevard, they're working southbound in the right lanes near Cotman. This is the right lane southbound near Cotman on the boulevard. Stay to the left there. Wynwood, Lancaster Avenue still closed between City Avenue and Wynwood Road for snow removal. A little farther south, snow removal crews working and blocking Westchester Pike at Route 1. As for mass transit, 7 SEPTA bus routes are down completely. Not running this morning, the 2, the 4, the 7, the 33, 35, 39, and 90. If your number's not there, it means it's running with at least partial service, and many are in full service. Not running in the suburbs, the 120, the 205, and the 211. The regional rail lines up and running with one exception, and that is the R6 Kinwood line, but expect delays, increased passenger volume on the regional rail lines today. New Jersey Transit says everything is up and running in New Jersey this morning. DART says the Route 8 bus is not running, and a couple of detoured routes, the 1, 3, 17, and 26. So we are in pretty good shape in Delaware as well. The snow picking up in intensity, and that is going to play havoc with the traffic over the next couple of hours. We'll keep on top of it for you.
All right. Thank you again, David. Action News reporter Cecily Tynan is watching the situation in the suburbs this morning, and the snow has arrived. She is live at King of Prussia with the latest, Cecily.
Well, that's right, Monica. It is snowing right now here at King of Prussia. For the most part, it's light. The flakes are beginning to get a little bit bigger, but I was talking to some crews from PennDOT in the suburbs. They've been on alert since 4 o'clock this morning, and talk about an arsenal in Chester County, 97 pieces of equipment. In Bucks County, 120 trucks. They've been renting a lot of trucks as well. And Ed Ike of PennDOT in Bucks County says in Doylestown, the snow isn't falling quite yet, but they are ready. They even have snow blowers all ready for the snow. And as I mentioned here, I don't know if you can see it, but at King of Prussia, the snow is beginning to fall from the sky. We've been out here since about 4:30 this morning, and after seeing those snow sculptures from Connecticut, I just want to show you that those people in Connecticut have nothing on us. We have the newest member of our Action News crew, Mr. Snowman here. He may look a little cold, but word has it he has a warm heart, and he's all ready for any snow reports. Right now, a little frigid, though, and the snow is falling here at King of Prussia. We'll have more coming up a little bit later on. I'm Cecily Tynan, live in the Action Cam from King of Prussia.
Very nice.
Is that a snowman or a snowboy?
I couldn't tell.
Kind of small there.
Cute.